Hey guys, this is Sean from Ghost Malone EDC. This is my new channel. Um, I'm here to talk to you guys today about a really special knife. It's not the one that you see in front of you. It's not in the box you see in front of you, but it's behind it. I just wanted to use that to cover it up. So without further ado, let's get into this video, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, like and subscribe. As of right now, I have 0 followers because this is my first video. So here we go, guys. Let me get this out of the way. And let me get this out of the way. And we're here to talk about the American Service Knife by ASKKnives. ASKKnives is Medford Knife's new company, owned by Medford Knives. And this is the knife. So I have had this knife since November. I moved it back into the box so you guys could see how it comes. You can see exactly what it all says. To me, you know, it's kind of cool, but yeah, like I said, I've had this knife since November, so I've looked at this box about 1,000,000 times. So this is how the knife comes. It comes with a PVD patch, a sticker, and a maintenance care pamphlet. Hopefully everybody here knows how to maintenance a knife, but if you don't, it comes with one. So there you go. It's got their mission on the back, made in the USA. So here it is, the American Service Knife, made by ASKKnives or Medford Knives, however you want to say it. There's the shield. It's got the 6-shooter hardware, Betsy Ross flag, made in the USA. Everything about this knife, everything about it is made in the USA, all the way down to the plastic. I had one person ask me, does the plastic feel cheap? No, it does not. Even though it's smooth, it has a sort of grip to it to where it's comfortable and it doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hands, and I really enjoy it. It's got the tombstone shape. I found out that he did that for Tombstone, Arizona, kind of a little homage to Arizona, which is pretty cool. Everything on this knife is made out of S45 VN, including the hardware, all the tools, the blade, and the back springs. The liners are made out of skeletonized titanium. When I open up the knife, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll also see that the knife's a little dirty. Like I said, I've carried it since November. As of right now, I'm the only person in the wild that has one, and I have been for quite some time. So that's pretty cool flex, I guess. Let's go with the tools first. So it comes with a flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener. Greg Medford did say that he spent a lot of time on this bottle opener, and I will say that this is the best bottle opener I have ever used on or off a knife. Just, you stick it on there, there's no play to lift the cap. And that sucker just pops right off. It's actually pretty crazy. I know it sounds like a lot to say about a bottle opener, but it definitely is a kick-ass bottle opener. On the other side, it comes with what I would call a pry bar or a scraper. It's not sharp, but it does come with a suggested edge on where you can sharpen it. It has all these teeth on the inside here, so you can grab onto different size hex head screws and whatnot. You could probably pull out some brad nails with that. You could probably do a lot with this part of the tool, which is pretty nice. This particular one comes with a spear point, #1 pre-production. This blade is hand ground, so I know all the production models, when they come into full production, will be in Magna Cut is eventually what they're going over to, and all the blades will be machine ground, but this one is in fact hand ground. Inside you can see the dirt along with the skeletonized titanium liners. the one in the center doesn't go with the flow of the rest of the knife, is to keep it down and out of the way. I really like that. I really need to clean this out, apparently. Inside these scales, there's a bunch of hidden stuff. I won't say what it is. I won't take it off and show you because I think that's kind of a cool thing for everybody to discover on themselves, but there's a bunch of Easter eggs inside these scales for you to discover. They come apart with a T20 Torx bit. And yeah, whoop. That's the ASKKnife. This is the Jefferson model. This is the first model that they're releasing. The walk and talk on this thing is just phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal. It is a two-handed opening knife. I do know that Greg put, I don't remember what pound of pressure compared to a regular, we'll call it, regular slip joint, but there's a little bit more to open it and close it, which is actually pretty nice, especially when with a slip joint, you're pressing down that blade. They close pretty easy. This one does not. It is winter time where I'm at, so I haven't had a lot of time to carry it, hiking or to go camping with, but this has replaced every single knife in my EDC rotation that I have. I mean, it's replaced my Spyderco Para 3. It's replaced my Benchmade 940. It's replaced, this is one of the major slip joints that I carried because I actually really didn't like this knife a lot. It's a Kershaw Culpepper, but this is definitely a million times better than that. It's replaced that. It's replaced my mini grip. That's actually a pretty good size comparison right there. Let me move these out of the way. That's a pretty good size comparison. Mini grip and the size of the ASKKnife is pretty good. Blade thickness wise, I'd like to show you guys a comparison on that too. I'm going to use the 940 just because I know that the 940 is a true and tested blade. A lot of people are fans of it. Everybody talks about its strength and this, that, and the other. Hopefully I can get this right. Let me see here. Of course I can. The ASKKnife is a hell of a lot thicker than the 940. The reason I'm pointing that out is because this is a really tough knife. That no question about it. It really is. But I won't lie, I would trust this knife more than I would trust the 940. Just from carrying it so far and its usage. Today, as a matter of fact, kind of a funny story, but my fiance had pointed out that I missed a spot on my neck when I was shaving my neck beard off to straighten up the rest of my beard. She was trying to yank the hairs out and it just wasn't working. So I whipped this sucker out and I used it to shave the rest of my neck. So it was literally just done. So yeah, there's that. Let's do a little blade length comparison. Hopefully I can work this out right. That was my dog coughing up a storm. Compared to the mini grip, it's got a little bit longer of a cutting edge than a mini grip. We'll go compare it to a Para 3. Compared to a Para 3, I would say that it has pretty much the same cutting edge as a Para 3. I would also like to point out that on the Ask, even though it has a really thick blade stock, which is typical of Medford and typical of things I appreciate, it really is a slicer. It really does come down to a very nice thin edge that I think would be excellent for slicing compared to like I don't know, the Spyderco Para 3. Compared to a 940, let's do a 940 comparison here for blade length. So there's a 940 blade, and the Ask, you can see the 940 has a little bit more blade length. And then, just because I have one laying around, this thing is beat up and old. It was given to me by my dad, but everybody knows what one of these are. It's a Scout knife. So I would compare this, you know, Boy Scouts to Man Scouts. But here is the blade length on a Scout knife and the blade length on the Ask. So the Ask definitely has more blade length than a Scout knife. I use that for a comparison because to me this is almost like a modern day Scout knife or a modern day SAK. I hate to use SAK to compare it to because this is way better than a SAK. Everything on this knife is going to be able to be switched out, from the scales to every tool to the blade shape. In anything you want, you can switch out on this knife, which makes it, you know, instead of buying one knife that has a pair of scissors, a couple screwdrivers, and only one blade you can use, you can switch this out for anything. You can go down from 2 tiers down to 1 tier, up to 3 tiers, simply by just buying an extra piece of hardware. It has a glass breaker, which I ordered. It's back on pre-order. It replaces, I want to say it replaces this spacer right here, and the glass breaker goes there. So I have ordered extra stuff for this knife already. I might end up ordering the shorter hardware to make this go down to 1 tier, just to see how that carries for something different. I think 3 tier would be too big for me. I'd like to point out too that the blade centering on this knife is just spot on phenomenal, and just the way the tools look and the way it all sits together, there is hardly any space in between the blade and the liners. And same thing with the tools over here. I mean, it is just machined to perfection. But there were some comparisons for you. Here's a knife. I wanted to upload it right when I got the knife back in November. But I wanted some pocket time with it before I got to actually talk about it, because I really wanted to get a feel for what this knife was all about. And I can't wait to be able to take it to do other things when the springtime hits. This is definitely going to be the knife that's in my pocket. It might not be this specific one, because I am going to purchase another one, mainly just because this is pre-production #1, and I don't want something to accidentally happen to this. You never know. You know, you drop it somewhere, trying to fish cigarettes out of your pockets, or who knows. Just anything could happen, and I don't want anything to happen to this one. So I will be ordering another one of these, the exact same model, exact same color, just not have the pre-production #1. But there it is, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe, because I literally have 0 followers because this is my first video. But take it easy.